Italian cabbage soup. First we start with 1 pound of Italian sausage. I used some Italian meatballs that I had cut into quarters. I had just purchased pre-made Italian meatballs and I had cut them up because that's just what I made. You can use whatever Italian sausage you want. I just happened to buy these Italian meatballs because they were on sale. So this is what I'm going to make. That was loud. Brown these up. This is what we're going to start with. To the soup pot, you're going to add 2 medium onions. These are Walla Walla Sweets. You're going to want to rough chop the onions about like this. Nothing fancy, but you want pretty good sized chunks because they're going to cook down anyway. Once the sausage is cooked down and nice and browned, we're going to add the onions. Now we're going to add a can of Rotel tomatoes. I have Chipotle tomatoes here. You can add whatever Rotel tomatoes you want. These ones I like to add because I like a little bit of spice, but you can add the plain ones also. Now I've added the Rotel tomatoes to the mix. We're going to stir that up. They don't really have a lot of juices in the can, so you don't need to drain it. This is on medium-low heat. On my stove, the setting is about 4. The next step is our cabbage. This is a good size head of cabbage. It depends on the size of your pot. I have a pretty good sized pot. Mind the oxidation. That's just what happens with age. Good Lord, my stovetop is dirty. Always, I swear. What is that? Anyway, this cabbage, it's huge. See my hand? So yeah, it's a good size, but cabbage always cooks down, so you always want more cabbage than you think you're going to need. Okay? We're going to cut this up, and it's going to go in the pot. Okay? Okay, so just like the onion, it's a rough cut. So these are pretty good chunks. See? It's not like a coleslaw cut, you know. These are pretty big pieces. So we're going to put this in the pot. This is only a little tiny piece of the cabbage. The rest is in a bowl off camera because I just couldn't fit all of it on the cutting board. The core is still in it, although I took the stem off because when the core cooks down, that's like a favorite piece of the cabbage in the soup. So, and then we're going to put the rest of it. Oh goodness sakes, I can't do it. I can't dump it with that hand. So, and it all goes in there because when it cooks down, it's going to be like not even half this size. So you want all of it in there. You know, the whole point of cabbage soup is that you have cabbage in there. Cabbage soup is heart healthy and kidney healthy and everything. It's really good for you. It's good for your circulatory system. It's good for everything. All right. So like I said, this is a really good sized pot, but this is all going to cook down. You'll be surprised. We're going to add some water to this, and and some spaghetti sauce. So I use Prego with this one, but you can use whatever cheap spaghetti sauce you want. And then we're going to add our favorite Italian seasoning. You use whatever Italian seasoning you want. I just use my own seasoning. You can use your own seasoning that you like for Italian seasoning. Or if you have actually pre-mixed Italian seasoning, you can do that. But I literally break out the oregano, the basil, you know, everything. I do that myself because I have a seasoning cupboard that's huge. So yeah, just do what you do to season your own soup to taste, and you go from there. Okay, so now that I got all my seasonings in there, what I put in here was basil, thyme, oregano, garlic, and I put a little bit of Knorr chicken bouillon, this stuff, to make a broth of the soup. It just helps it out. That is personal taste. Anyway, you can see it's already cooking down. It's only been a couple minutes, and it's already cooking it down. So now we just leave it to simmer. It takes total cook time for this and prep time and everything. You're looking at about, see, your cabbage starts to get translucent like this one. Total cook time and everything, especially with a big pot of this, it's going to take a good 40 minutes just to cook everything down. So keep that in mind, because this is a lot of cabbage, and you have to boil it, you know, till the cabbage is all translucent. I'm making a big batch to put back. I'm going to freeze some. This stuff freezes phenomenally, so that we have it for a while in the freezer and stuff. It keeps quite well in the fridge too. Anyway, it's really good for the tummy. It's really good for the heart. It's really good for your liver, for your kidneys, everything. This is just a really healthy meal for you. So there you go. All right. So now the soup is all cooked down. As you can see, that huge batch of cabbage cooked down beautifully. Look at this. You got the tomatoes, you got the onions, you got the sausage, you got the steam. Look at this. You got my grandson crying for lunch in the back of the video. Here's the quartered sausage meatballs. Like I said, I started with sausage meatballs and I quartered them, because otherwise they would have been way too big in the soup. You can keep them as big sausage meatballs if you want, but then you'll have to add way more meat, okay? Now, if you see right here, these big chunks, these are those, the core of the cabbage. And most people, if you love cabbage, this is like the delicacy part of the soup. This is the best part. These right here, this is what my daughter and I fight over in the soup. She's all laughing in the background, but she knows this is what we fight over in the soup, is this core of the cabbage, because it is super yummy. Like, there's another piece right there. That's the best part of the cabbage soup, is that core of the cabbage when it cooks down. But you can see that because it was way up high, you know, and it just cooks down and it is super yummy. Now, this particular soup is going to have a little bit of spice because I use that chipotle tomatoes from the Rotel. If you do not use chipotle, it's not going to be as spicy, so that's all the taste, okay? So, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy.